My, did you bring me a little souvenir, love?
Isn't he precious? I'll let you have a taste once I've finished with him.
Why not enjoy ourselves together?
This is quite the predicament. I fear the chambers will quickly fill with your discarded guests. You really must restrain yourselves.
I stifled my hunger for the entire voyage. Surely you wouldn't deprive me of a light snack now that I'm here.
I'm sure you must be famished, but we are a monstrosity in this country. Control yourself until the deal progresses further. The plan I'm advancing on your behalf could easily fall to pieces. It would be a shame for that to happen. And on a different front, Mr. Defraud seems none too pleased with us.
Mind your priorities, lest you lower yourself to the role of a brat's messenger. Defraud can do nothing to us. That's why we've chosen this land as the location for our paradise. I'd like to rule by force, as usual. I find it much more pleasing than diplomacy.
Darling, come. Let's leave the trifling details up to Rufus. He's got a pretty face, but that's not why we keep him around. Don't forget it was he who made the Askra.
If you insist, I suppose I won't object to indulgence. I've been looking forward to having fun with this morsel. You were born from a liquor cask, Rufus. We put faith in you, but don't forget your station. No matter how far you climb, you can never surpass us.
I'm well aware, milady.
Be a good boy, and bring me some Askra later, won't you? A most interesting concoction.
Ask and you shall receive.
So greedy. Don't hog the boy all to yourself.
Miserable rain.
The weather is always unpredictable and unforgiving this late in the summer.
I'd say that's an apt way to describe society as well. I hear Colonel Maida is in poor condition.
It's my fault. I allowed the man to push himself too hard.
I hate to come bearing bad news, but I thought you'd rather know sooner than later.
What's the matter?
SF Unit 16 has been officially disbanded. You're to incinerate the Vampire Unit plan and all related materials at once.
I thought I'd have until year's end.
You have until August. I couldn't postpone it any longer.
My men perform important duties. Who'll be assigned to them?
No one you know. We're bringing in the latest advancements in modern warfare from Britain.
They're importing something to replace our soldiers?
Yes, and I've been told they're far more capable than the vampire units you've worked so hard to cultivate over the last few decades. A force of powerful S-class vampires to serve us. There's no going back now. Even the Minister of War has approved it. You'll hear more details later. That's all.
The fool is wavering.
Misaki.
Ah, phooey, I didn't mean to wake you.
Where am I?
A hospital. A friend of mine's laid up here, too.
That's all well and good, but why are you in my room?
Isn't this crepe myrtle the cat's meow? And there was a lot in my garden, so I thought it would make a swell gift.
Answer me.
Just tell me the truth about the human combustion mystery.
It's time to leave.
Would, those be the case files over there?
If you look at them, I'll have you shot.
What about these?
Those are my correspondences.
Yeah, they were stacked over on the table, too.
Give them to me.
I will if you start talking, that's the deal. Okay, fine. I wonder, is Shutaro in a hospital?
You mentioned that person's name when we met once before.
Shutaro Kurisu, my friend from childhood. I have letters from him up until he left to fight in Siberia. I wonder what he's up to now.
Seems you should have been notified of his death.
Nah, he promised me he wouldn't die. I'm sure he's alive.
A promise, huh? What is it?
A few hints about what you know would be the berries.
Go, now.
Ah, well, Drat. But I will not give up that easily. I'll be back. Bye. You take care.
Dear Mr. Maida, pardon this short note. Ever since Father received his new post, he's been acting like an entirely different person. I fear for him. Could he be involved in something bad or unseemly? Please, you must stop him. Dear Yoshinobu, I will always miss you dearly.
It won't be long now. We mustn't allow a single drop of blood to be spilled in this crusade. Yes, you may enter.
Excuse me, sir. Colonel Maida has disappeared from the hospital.
Where has he gone?
Will you be playing Slain son Abel? Or perhaps his sinful brother, Cain?
What is a vampire doing living in a playhouse?
I thought you'd come eventually. Though it took you longer than I expected. It happened right here. I shared my blood, and our leading lady was given new life. Misaki was terribly frightened of something that day. Perhaps that tragic accident was fated and she could feel it. She kept saying, I apologize. It's troubling. I wonder what she meant.
Update us, Rufus. Has Okimura's messenger come?
Not yet, I'm afraid. We'll get official registrations for you, but it's going to take a little time.
We can't wait much longer. Every person in the room wishes to explore the streets of this new city once the moon has risen.
I beg you, please be patient, ma'am.
My room needs to be tidied. See to it, won't you?
You dreadful minx, you went and broke the boy already? I hadn't gotten the chance to sate my thirst for him.
Don't worry your pretty head, I'll find you a new one. Just as soon as I can walk freely through the night. You're wasting time. You have work to do.
As you command me. They should be feeling the effects by now. Asker of the highest quality. I hope it suits your palates. What a joke.
We will soon begin the extermination in Yokohama. You're to return alive.
Yes, sir!
All units, board the train!
Hey! Careful! I'll fall out!
I'm so sorry.
It is an awfully small boat.
If we'd used a bigger one, it'd be more obvious.
Your cargo is throwing off the weight!
I can't just dump it. We needed to rip through any attacking vampires.
Why did we ever decide to go by sea?
Because they would have spotted us if we came by land. We're counting on having the element of surprise. Toughen up.
But vampires can't swim. Whose idea was it for us to do this in the first place?
Colonel Midas, of course.
He's trying to kill me.
It is a smart plan. Vampires crossing a river? That's the last thing anybody would expect. Smart.
It's not like we're alone in this operation either. The area is surrounded by heavily armed troops who will pick off any stragglers that sneak past us. Assuming all things go to plan, it'll be a monumental success.
And if we pull this off, I bet it will help the Colonel recover faster in the hospital.
True. I never thought I'd see him collapse from exhaustion. That's a human for you.
He'd barely been sleeping.
If he hadn't worked so hard, we wouldn't have discovered this place.
Right you are. The customs warehouse we're headed for was built for foreign trade and serves as a temporary storehouse for imported goods. It's a natural place to stash the Scotch barrels being used to transport the blood serum through Japan. Advanced intel says that it's crawling with S-classes.
How are we supposed to beat such powerful vampires?
We're almost to land. Look!
Hey, are you ready? Say the word.
Good on our front. Oh yes, I'll tell Yamagami in person. Keep your eyes open. It's our job to take out any vampires that try to escape in this direction.
I'm going to make this work, Maida. Just you wait. Let's do it!
No one's here. Where are they? It's me. Sorry about that. Any luck? No. That leaves the first floor. Yes.
What kind of weapon is this, Takeuchi?
A skunk ball! It's releasing the reeker fermented fish and soybeans.
Thank goodness I've got a mask. Enough waiting. Let's head inside. Right. Listen well, vampires. There are 2 roads open to you. 1. Obey us, Special Forces Unit 16, and you will receive blood and registrations. 2. Refuse to obey him. Don't waste your breath. What's going on? No idea. Maybe they turned against each other.
You two get back here quick! We're getting swarmed by unranked vampires!
On our way! Huh? Who are they? Meals that survived the transformation. Slaughter them. Right!
No, it overheated. Well, so much for heavy artillery. You gotta start aiming better, Yamagami! You need to hit their hearts if you want them dead.
I'm trying my best! But there's too many of them! My ammo won't last! Hey, you! Come back!
Well, aren't you too fearsome?
The 4 of us can't stop a vampire horde this large.
What's our plan of attack?
The only thing to do now is signal Special Forces to come in and serve as backup. We'll thin their numbers as best we can, until dawn starts to break.
But if one of the human soldiers gets bitten, they might turn into a vampire themselves.
That is how it works, yes.
Then there's no other option. We have to destroy as many of these vamps as we can ourselves. We're wasting time. Get moving!
These unranked don't have keen senses. I'll need to make improvements. What the hell?
Something dangerous is approaching.
What is this new presence?
What's wrong, everyone?
The vampire units. They're already completed.
What's going on? Yeah, I'm confused. Aren't we supposed to be the vampire units?
Partially right. When Code Zero was created, we were referred to by that term. But the real vampire unit plan Lieutenant General Nakajima envisioned was for an unstoppable force. In other words, the creation of an immortal combat unit made up of vampires.
Looks as though his master plan was progressing without our knowledge.
But if they're battle-ready, then why weren't they with us on the operation from the very beginning? Why send us in the first place?
Maybe Colonel Nida planned it that way to fool the enemy.
I doubt that. He would want to use these soldiers more efficiently, I'm sure. As suppression. He wouldn't let them loose in the city like this where they would cause a panic.
Then, does that mean Colonel Nida doesn't know about these vampire units either?
Probably not.
Shua and I will follow these new arrivals and observe what happens. The two of you should meet up with Colonel Nida, fill him in on what's going on, and find out what he knows.
Good idea.
We should go now. Quickly!
Hey, wait!
I see, so this is the finished product. Not a bad showing, General.
There are more things in heaven and earth, my dear Horatio, than you have ever dreamt of in your philosophy.
Nakajima! You orchestrated the disturbance in Yokohama, didn't you?
I completed what I set out to do. I showed results on the schedule you gave me.
I don't care about your freaks of nature. I want to know why the hell you had all the S-class vampires we planned to add to our forces murdered, an act that's surely tantamount to treason.
I believe you'll find my vampire units are more than a match for the supposed highest rank you imported. Does that not prove they are the future of war?
This will not stand!
We shared an ideal. When exactly did you lose sight of our goal? I will not waver, Okimura. I am not weak.
Nothing is that protocol. Whatever happened to our dreams? Are we too far gone? I wanna scream against the noise, but what's the point? No one knows what's mine. I wanna scream against the noise, but what's the point? No one knows what's mine. And when the light falls upon, I just can't ignore the urge. Don't wanna hurt you, my love, but my heart can feel the surge. The more you feel left, the more I wanna bite. I'm lost inside of the night, so leave me here where I belong, all on my own. And when the night falls apart,